everybody! Welcome to Outdoors with Todd. But today we're doing something a little different. Today I'm going to go through the entire process of rock tumbling. And right here, I got my tumbling barrel full of rocks that I'm going to tumble now. But first things first, I got to do some important business. It's my favorite time of day again. It's espresso time. And it's espresso time, we're about to tumble some great rocks. So cheers to those great rocks, and cheers to the times we got out there finding them. Cheers, everybody. Oh, decent for the first time. Decent. So cheers, everybody. We're going to get into tumbling those rocks now, show you the process. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the rocks that we're going to tumble this time. And the first one is a little piece of petrified wood here. And that petrified wood, I'm not looking to smooth it out completely. I'm just looking to clean it up a little bit. So this one here might come out before the entire process is finished. The next one I have is a piece of dalasite. And this comes from Vancouver Island. I picked this up from Dan Hurd. And I also got from Dan Hurd 2 little thunder eggs from BC. I don't know how these are going to turn out, but we're going to try it anyways. I got a bunch more upstairs that we're going to cut in a future episode. So 2 little thunder eggs. And of course, I got a lot of carnelian agates found here locally in Fort McMurray on the Hanging Stone River. And don't worry, I will get a better picture of these after we're done showing them off right now. Lots of these ones, of course. This little piece here, this one here got really nice bands inside of it. And that will hopefully show up when we do the tumbling. This little piece here. Like I said, I'll get better pictures right after I'm done here. In better lighting. This is just me wanting to show you what we're doing here. Little tiny one. One I just dropped. This one here is a little neat one actually. It might have been a part of it like a geode. Small geode. This one here is some waterline bands right on the face. So I really love finding these rocks and showing them off because it just shows the true beauty of nature. It's like treasure hunting. This one here is some really cool waterline. That's amazing. And these look 10 times better when they're wet. And then just 2 more little beauties right here. So now that you've seen all those beautiful rocks that we're going to tumble, the idea right now is to fill this tumbling drum three quarters of the way full with the rocks and the water. So we'll do that right now. So now that we have all of our rocks and water in our tumbling drum, we're going to add our step 1. Step 1 is a 6090 silicon carbide grit, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. So we'll get that in there now. So now that our rocks and water are in here, and also our step 1 silicone grit, we're going to put our lid on and throw it on the tumbler. And when I first started doing this tumbler with this tumbling machine here, I didn't like the way the lid stayed on. So I made a slight adjustment and added 3 washers inside. And also, after I put the main top on, the main top of the lid, and you got to make sure this is nice and tight, I put another washer on top. And then I screw it on until this orange thing gets really tight. Like that. Just like that. So now we're good to go to throw this on the tumbler and select how many days we're going to tumble for and the speed that we're going to tumble for. So the first stage on the tumbler I use speed 4, and I set it for 9 days. 9 days is the maximum days that you can set it for on this machine. And you can tell I'm using the vevor tumbling machine. So in 9 days it's going to run out of time, and I'm going to reset it for 1 more day. So in 10 days time, we'll see you then. So it's a couple days after I started step 1 process, and I just wanted to check the piece of petrified wood in here. Because remember I told you I just wanted to clean it up and not smooth it out completely. So here it is just after a couple days. Cleaned up pretty good, but I think I'm going to throw it in there for another 2 days and check it again. Beautiful. So I'm pretty happy with the first stage of tumbling. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just going to add some borax, and I'm going to let that tumble for 24 hours. Give that a nice cleaning, and then we'll start stage 2. Right now we're moving on to step 2 here. And step 2 is a 180 to 220 medium silicon carbide grit. So we're going to throw that in. 3 tablespoons. And we're also going to throw, this time, some ceramic medium. So we'll add this in with our rocks as well, so they don't tumble around as rough. And it softens the blow and it just smooths everything out. That's what we're going to do right now. So that was after 10 days, stage 2. And some of these are looking amazing. That's the Dellicite from BC. That one is really good. Really smooth. No pitting or anything. Oh, that's amazing. And the one here with the waterline bands, that one turned out super cool. Check that out. So far this one's looking really good. Oh, look at that bottom. That's crazy. That was kind of like a rough right here. It was like brown bottom. Now it's like nice and red. That's cool. Really cool. And the petrified wood is coming out really good. It's not changing the shape or anything. And it still looks like petrified wood. But the black part of this petrified wood is really smooth now. That's cool. Really cool. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed is, but I'm not really disappointed because I wasn't sure what would happen. The thunder eggs, even though they're super smooth and super cool, you don't see that cool thunder egg pattern unless you cut it open. So I thought maybe we'd get some on the outside. But so far, it's just a really cool, smooth rock. So these ones, maybe we'll have to cut them open in the end. But we'll keep them going. Now there's a few here that are a little bit rough, kind of like this one. There is some pitting in these ones. Some of these carnelians, they have little cavities and stuff in there, and they don't smooth out as good. You can see. So there's almost a little geode pocket right here. So these ones don't smooth out very good, but they clean up really well, which is what I'm going for. Because this looks 10 times better than what it did at first, but it's still pretty rough. So some of the carnelian won't smooth out completely, but we do have some. We do have some real beauties going here. This is a nice one right here. Can't really see it right now, but there's some nice lines in that. Actually, you can see it. That's a beauty right here. That's a beautiful carnelian right here. So I'm gonna put them in overnight in some borax, and then tomorrow, after 24 hours in the borax, I'm gonna start stage 3. So pretty cool. So right now we're moving on to step 3. And step 3 is a 500 fine silicon carbide. Step 3, we're almost there. We're halfway there now. So how's it going, everybody? We just completed stage 3, and the rocks were in stage 3 for 10 days. And here's the petrified wood. The petrified wood is coming out so nice compared to what it was. It was so pale and there was like a white stain almost like it was calcium buildup on the front. But now it's so dark and beautiful. And it didn't change the shape, which is so cool. I'll show you the piece of dalasite now. The dalasite is unreal. Gee, look at that. That is so nice. Wow. Isn't that amazing? So smooth. Oh, hardly any rough spots whatsoever. Oh, that's a beautiful polish right there. That's a beauty. I'll show you some of the carnelian agates. Actually, I'll show you the 2 thunder eggs right now. They're actually kind of cool. There is some green color coming on, especially on this one right here. But they really took a great polish. These ones are so smooth. Wow. Compared to how rough and gross they were before. Right now they're just super smooth. Yeah, there's some cool greens coming out of there. That's really cool. Those ones are really cool shined up. Of course, you're not getting that true thunder egg pattern until you cut them open. But I wanted to just experiment and check it out. So I got one here, a waterline band one, which is, wow, superior. Taking a real great shine. Really nice polish on that one. That is so nice. I'm trying to show you without the sun coming through here. That is, wow, super smooth. That one is polishing really nice. I am so happy with that one. I'll show you a few more. This is just ones that are kind of rough. Some of these carnelians are really rough, really fractured. They don't take a great polish, but they do clean up really nice. Here's 2 examples of that. There's still some bumps and rough spots, but they cleaned up really nice, and the parts that are smooth are really nice and smooth, which is what I was going for. I wasn't going for a complete polish on those ones. This one here is kind of neat. Just a real nice, cool one with a big quartz cavity inside there. So cool. Just a few more ones right here. So, I am super happy with how this is going right now. So I'm going to move on to stage 4. But before I do that, I'm going to put all these back in the tumbler, and I'm going to run them for 24 hours in 3 spoonfuls of borax. So that's what we're going to do right now. So happy right now. So now, right now we're just going to put these in borax. And I like to put these in borax in almost full tumbler of water. And it gets all that, actually if there's any extra grit hiding inside, and it cleans out the barrel, gets rid of all that extra dirt, any grime that's in there. Cleans it up really nice. That's why I like to do the borax in between cycles. Really cool, really helps. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to do 24 hours on a cycle of borax. see, we're done stage 4 now. So all the tumbling is done, and I also put it in a borax for a few hours. And now the whole thing is complete. So the rocks have been tumbled completely from stage 1 to the finale. Here we are right now. So here's that piece of dalasite. So you can see the piece of dalasite took a really good polish. That is a beautiful rock. Wow. That is so cool. Dalasite polished really well. It's almost completely smooth, almost 100% smooth. I'd say probably 99% smooth, to be honest. And of course the other one we were very excited about was the petrified wood. And the petrified wood turned out fairly good as well, fairly good. The only thing is I do notice there's a little bit of a crack on the top here now. But that's okay, because it's not going to fall off by the looks of it. And it still looks beautiful. So the petrified wood turned out really good. Cleaned up really well, which is what I was going for. And the 2 thunder eggs. The 2 thunder eggs were kind of a fail, and kind of not a fail. Because you don't get to see that true thunder egg pattern in these ones. You only get to see that until you cut them open. So these ones here, I'm going to lay to the side, and soon one day we're just going to cut them open. And maybe we'll tumble them again after they're cut open. The other one I was really excited about, the other 2 I was really excited about, were these 2 waterline carnelian agates. And those polished up really well. So beautiful. Check that out. So these ones are beautiful. Way nicer looking than they were before, that's for sure. Very smooth. Some little pits, but it's just unreal, these ones. These ones are really cool. So I'm truly happy with those. What else do we have here? This is another one I'm really happy with. This carnelian came out really smooth. That's a beauty right here. And you can see the lines right inside there. That is amazing. Wow, that's a beauty right here. That's a good one. It's one of the best ones out of the batch, I think. So I'll just show you a few larger pieces of carnelian. Now these ones were all dinged up. They were looking pretty ugly at first. And they had lots of cracks, lots of divots in them, lots of pits. But they all turned out as I wanted them to. I wasn't expecting these ones to get a true tumble. I wasn't trying to get rid of all the pitting and stuff. I was just trying to clean them up really good and make the smooth parts nice and smooth, nice and tumble, really beautiful. So those ones, I'm totally happy with that as well. Because they're looking 10 times better than they were in the first place. So, beautiful. So here's one of the cool ones that had a little bit of a quartz pocket inside there. And that one turned out really cool too. Actually, that one's really smooth. Yeah, that took a really good tumble. Polished up really nice. Beautiful. That's a beauty. A couple more small carnelians. And this one here tumbled up really good too. A little bit of some cracking here, but those carnelians in that river, they come out of there fractured and pitted, and they lived a rough life in that river there. Same with this one too. It's all pitted and fractured up. There's a good pit in the side here. But anyways, they cleaned up really good. They look beautiful. They look beautiful before. Now they look way more beautiful. So nice. We got 3 more left to show you. So this side polished up really nice. The rough side just cleaned up good. Okay, 3 more. This one here took a good polish as well. Tumbled really good. It's probably about 75% tumbled correctly, in my opinion. So that's a beauty right here. Really liking that one, really happy. And we got this one little tiny guy here. Again, another one that was fractured. You can see the fracture in the middle there. But it actually took a really good polish. Really nice and smooth, just a few cracks and a few little pittings. So cleaned up nice. Exactly how I wanted it to turn out. And then we got this little guy here, and this is the last one. It looks like a maraschino cherry, this one. A maraschino cherry cut in half. That is so beautiful. Turned out really cool. So, I'm really happy with this. But actually, I have one more stage that I'm going to do. One more thing that I do when I polish my rocks. But I wanted to show you these rocks now, fresh out of the tumbler. And I got one more trick I'm going to show you. So here's the final thing I like to do with my rocks after they tumbled the 4 stages. I like to spray them down with this Wyman, granite and stone. This stuff will clean, polish, and protect. It's made for your granite countertops, but I spray them on my rocks here. So I'm going to spray them, leave them for a few hours, and then I'm going to wipe them off with a cloth and get them all shined up. So next shot you're going to see are these rocks out in the sun, looking all beautiful. So how's it going, everybody? That was the entire rock tumbling process done here at our house. And those rocks, they turned out so beautiful. I'm completely happy with each and every one of them. Some of them even turned out better than I expected. So that was the whole process, and that whole process takes approximately like 45 days. 10 days per cycle, and then 1 day each when I do the borax and stuff like that. So we'll say 45 days. So those ones turned out amazing. And I said this once in a previous video, and I'll say it to you again now. My goal in life is to spend each and every day into nature, or spend time doing a beautiful hobby that I really enjoy. And I can do that from the hobby or out in nature if you guys subscribe. So help me get out there full time. That'd be awesome. Or to do this fun stuff here. This is awesome too. So everybody, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And now what we're going to do now, we're going to pick some more rocks and start the whole process over and over again. So that's what I'm going to do. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Just enjoyed it. Just enjoyed those beautiful rocks, just like I did. So right now, we're going to fill the tumbler up again. We got some beauties here. I got a full table load of rocks that I get to choose from. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Everybody, I'm Todd, and you're watching Outdoors with Todd. We'll catch you on the next one, everybody.